So in today's video, we are going to be installing this Rockville 8-inch powered subwoofer. This came out of my Corolla. This is a spare tire powered subwoofer, so it kind of fits in the area where your spare tire's at. Here's a few of the features and specs of this subwoofer. And typically with a powered subwoofer, you would be running your power source directly to your battery. But in today's video, we are going to be trying out this under the seat wire harness that's going to utilize the one of your connections for your power seat to run a power source to the powered subwoofer. This is by Sonic. This is an EAZ-C02, and this is for, hopefully, the 2025 Toyota Camry. If your Camry does not have a powered seat, naturally this wouldn't work for you. So, and then also, we are going to be putting in this little amplifier by Encore, also from Sonic. This is an ENA-3T3-5. The difference between the 3T3 and the 3T2 is the 3T3 is enabling you to hook up a powered subwoofer directly to the amp. So if you have some RCA jacks from your powered subwoofer, you can directly plug it into the amplifier. You'll probably see that it says speaker or accessory. So naturally, speaker would be for your powered subwoofer. Accessory would be if you want to run another amplifier into this. Again, this is plug and play. Comes with wiring harness to plug and play your factory wiring. This also comes with a remote wire. So the remote wire coming from the powered subwoofer will now be directly wired into this wiring harness. Comes with some two-way sticky tape to tape it underneath or somewhere inside your dash behind your radio. So we'll figure out where we're going to place it once we get in there. But yeah, that's going to be the fun treat for today. All right, so here is the powered wiring harness, and all of the stuff from Sonic is labeled really well. You're gonna see your male and females. It also is showing you your ground wire, and it's labeled in your battery or your power wire. So it does have a little built-in fuse just in case something pops. You're only gonna pop the fuse and not damage something else. So from the videos that Sonic had, it looks like their power cable was on the side of the seat, like right by the door. Unfortunately, mine looks like it's underneath the seat, so I'm gonna have to play around underneath there and see which one, because it looks like there's 3 plugs back there or underneath it, and I'm gonna have to see which one is the correct one for this harness. All right, so underneath the seat, you can see there's 3 like power sources. There's one here, one here, one here. Looks like the one we are going to need to do this is the middle one. So easiest thing to do is there's a little clip under here. So if you push up on that clip and then pull that out, and that'll disconnect. And get my cables and we'll plug those in. All right, so I got that unplugged. Here's the one connection from the plug and play, the wiring harness. So it's going to plug into your factory, and then this piece here is going to plug into the spot underneath that we just unplugged. Let's see if I can position my camera under there. So hopefully my hands won't get in the way, but there's your factory plug. This is the one from Sonic. snap it just like so. Alright, so trunk. Got it emptied out. Move this. I'm not sure if anybody doesn't know what that little clip is for on these. Just to hook it right there. Kind of slick, eh? Just in case you didn't know that. Oh, anyway. So back to this. So this is what I was saying. This foam piece, unfortunately, is going to have to come out and stay out. Because even if I take the tire out, flip it, go to put it back in, if I leave the tire the way it sits, the subwoofer is going to stick up, you know, a little bit too high. So as far as my jack and my tools here, we'll have to figure out a way to wrap them, stick them somewhere on the side of the tire so they don't move around, with this being out. So the last thing you want to do is naturally put a powered subwoofer in the back, put all this metal in on metal, and then it's just going to do nothing but vibrate and make a ton of noise. So, you know, we're going to see what we have to do to get this out and flip some things over. Here's the spare tire. As you can see, the lip and everything on this, it's going to, it's almost, you know, flush sitting with the vehicle right now. So naturally adding a powered subwoofer on top of that is just gonna make it stick up even higher. I have tried flipping this over and it sets in there much better. And then this lid naturally will close just fine on top of it. So the downfall is there's a little wobble. So I do have some self-adhesive foam that I'm gonna stick around to kind of get the wobble out, but I'm going to kind of show you once I flip this. I'm going to show you how it's kind of wobbling in place there. All right, so here is the tire flipped around. You can see how much deeper this sits now with it being flipped, but you can also see that there's a wobble in the tire. So naturally, even if I tighten this all down, I still feel like you're going to have some play, because you got to think like one bolt running through here, I don't think is going to secure that from shifting around a little bit. So kind of off camera, I'm going to trial and error some pieces of, like I said, some self-adhesive foam that's got some sticky to it, and I'm going to see if I can alleviate this rocking in the tire. All right. I will say, tire's in, foam is in, tire's not moving anywhere near what it was. I don't hear any metal hitting metal, but I will tell you, this rim here on the back side sticks out. And that's where I put a piece of self-adhesive foam all the way around that ring, along with some foam on the sides and some foam in the center. So she ain't really moving. Like I said, if it does rock at all, I'm not hearing any metal on metal, so it should be just fine. So now I'm gonna throw the subwoofer in here, and then we'll start working on wiring her all up. There it is, mounted inside the tire. See if I can get a little bit of light there. So you kind of see, got my, still use my same bolt from the spare tire, but she's in. The nice thing about this is the side, I still got a lot of room where all the wire connections are going to go on the powered subwoofer. Those of you that know me, you know I like things looking clean, but I would rather have my wires running on top of the tire just in case anything ever happens and I need to use the spare. It'd be easy to just kind of unplug, move the wires aside, and get the tire out. So that is the sub inside. Let's see if I drop my little piece back down inside there. You know, light's kind of bad, but there's no wobble, there's no rock, there's no nothing. So now let's get to the wiring. All right, so here's my 2 wires coming out. My ground wire, my power wire, everything is soldered and covered. I was able to run it actually underneath the carpeting. Popped out this little spot that was already cut out in the floor. Everything is tucked up underneath the seat, and I just have it running up the carpet and underneath the trim panel here. Kind of fish through the seat into the back, into where the powered subwoofer is in the back. So I got it all wrapped up with some corrugated wire cover here, so kind of keep it a little bit more protected. But yeah, won't even see it once I get my seat moved back. But yeah, biggest thing is just leaving enough slack so if you do move your seat forward and backwards, that you're not pulling on the wires that are going to the seat. So I think for my remote wire, RCA jacks, and volume control remote, I think I'm going to run them up the passenger side, just because I think it's going to be easier to move the wires and stuff around the glove box a little bit easier than running them through the driver's side and underneath the steering column and everything over that way. So yeah, that's what I plan on doing. This is the first time I think I'm going on the passenger side, but I think it's just going to be a little bit easier and quicker, seeing everything that you're disconnecting to get the radio out is all on that passenger side. So all right, so I am going to start removing panels from the dash. I think I'm going to run the remote control, which is right here, for the powered subwoofer. I think I'm going to start it here and fish it to the back versus trying to get this big thing fished through tighter areas. So I think I'm going to start at the front of the car and work my way to the back of the car. But first we're going to remove this piece, this trim piece up here, this piece with your start stop button, and then this whole assembly here before you can get to the radio, and this will have to pop out as well. Just to kind of save time, I'm not going to go through the whole disassembly of this. Like I said, there's a few videos out there. Beat Sonic has a really good one with the Camry that shows the removal of all of this stuff and the install of the amplifier behind here. Maybe once I get everything kind of torn apart, I will show you where I'm going to place that in the plug and play hookup of it. So here it is with everything disconnected so far. I started from the right, worked my way to the left. I did use a little pry tool. I think just grabbing and yanking with your hand, there's so many clips, as you can see, everywhere. I just didn't want anything to break. And those of you that had Toyotas in the past, you'll know that when you're removing some of this stuff, it sounds like things are breaking. Didn't break anything, didn't break any clips, everything looks good. I didn't disconnect all of this stuff here. I'm just gonna lay a big towel here, so when I removed the head unit, I'm just gonna lay it on the towels. But you have 4 10mm bolts, as you can see in here. What you have to watch out for are these clips underneath here, because they're meant to kind of like grab and hold, so you're gonna have to lift up and then drop it down. Radio's out, just kind of resting. The 2 that we're going to be working with is this one here. It's a black one underneath these, and then this, if I can get my finger back here, this gray one right here, which is a little bit bigger. Those are the 2 that we're going to disconnect to connect the plug and play with the amplifier. As far as my install of it goes, I think I'm going to be finding the spot right above here. And and mounting the amp, and then running all my wires above my glove box and then to the back. I got my stuff plugged in, plugged into the amplifier. Beats Sonic recommends, you know, starting the vehicle up, or at least getting the radio going to see if any of these adjustments, it's probably, you know, best to try to make these adjustments as far as how loud you want it or how distorted it gets before you naturally start shoving stuff back into the dash and running wires and everything else. So I'm going to do that, see where I like the levels at, and then I'll come back and let you know where I'm keeping mine at. Mine sounded best right about there. When they come factory, they're at like 12 and 6. I have just barely moved mine to about the 1 o'clock position, so like 1 and 7. I didn't want to go beyond that. I think it starts, you start getting a little bit more distortion, and I don't need that. I just want some clarity, and I'm gonna have the powered subwoofer in the back to add my little thump. So yeah, that's where I've got mine at, but you know, everybody may be different. So I got all my wires fished. The remote, I'm gonna mount probably on the side over here. I got those wires running up and across. The wires from the RCA jacks and the remote wire I've got running behind here, down the side panel, and like I said, all along the door trim all the way to the back. It looks like everything is hooked up correctly. Everything is wired up correctly. I did a little test sound. I'm gonna still have to kind of play with the mixture of the powered sub with the speakers, just to kind of get a good balance from what I like. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I know there was a lot. Double check Beats Sonic. I believe it's beatssonicusa.com. Check them out. That is where I got the wiring harness for the power seat, and I got the amplifier for the stereo. So like I said, yep, check them out. If you like this video, if you have any comments, questions, throw them in there, let me know. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you the next time.